Hello and welcome to today's August 31st second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. President Trump announced he is ready and willing to sign a $1.3 trillion stimulus relief package. Nancy Pelosi and Mark Meadows have continued stimulus package relief discussions. Each party continues to blame the other party for why we don't have stimulus checks and stimulus relief. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. Okay, now going into the weekend, President Trump said that he is willing and ready to sign a $1.3 trillion relief package. This is $800 billion higher than the $500 billion skinny bill that was announced last week. And it's $900 billion lower than the last number the Democrats have been talking about, which is $2.2 trillion. So they are starting to find some balance as far as how to move forward. Now, the $1.3 trillion relief package, this does not mean that this is the last relief package, but it is a larger amount than what Republicans have been coming out and a smaller amount than what Democrats have been coming at the negotiating table with. But right now, we are in the middle of a national emergency, and neither party can come together on actually just getting a bill done, whether it's big or small. There are things that need to be accomplished right now and out to the American people. So, Mark Meadows had further discussions with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He says, here's the problem. She put forth a number, suggested that she came down from a number, and yet is willing to turn down $1.3 trillion of help to get the American people money. He says that she would rather do nothing than give way on her fantasy objection. So this was from White House Representative Mark Meadows. Regarding a recent conversation between the two, Meadows also said, well, we've brought up the number. And then he continued by saying, I had a conversation with Speaker Pelosi, and even on her $2.2 trillion counteroffer, she can't tell the American people nor me what is in that. So basically what Meadows is saying is we're going to release a $1.3 trillion proposal hopefully this week. It will be crystal clear what is in there, while Nancy Pelosi has a $2.2 trillion relief package, but there's been no discussion on it. Okay, now back in May, if you can go back in time all the way to May, the Democrats in the House of Representatives did release what is called the HEROES Act, which was a $3.4 trillion stimulus relief package. But there's been no discussion of what's in the $2.2 trillion. So we're assuming it's something along the lines of the $3.4 trillion. But both sides, Democrats and Republicans, have said the HEROES Act had too much money requests that had nothing to do with the coronavirus, and so it's come down. So, you know, what part of the $1.2 trillion did you take out? That's what Mark Meadows is saying. If Speaker Pelosi would just reveal what she's come down on, but so far the only thing she's revealed is the number $2.2 trillion. So I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm just giving you the facts here. Meadows then continued, I can tell you what is in our offer that the president has made and he's willing to sign. Enhanced unemployment at a level that she would agree with. Enhanced help to small businesses at a level that she would agree with. Literally help for daycare and hospitals at a level that she would agree with. And help for schools at a level she would agree with. I can tell you all those things that I just mentioned are available for the American people and the Speaker. Pelosi is saying no. So he's saying we've shown our cards and you've said no, and you've not shown your cards but expect us to say yes. So again, there's just some differences in approach and in values for the two parties. In an interview, Nancy Pelosi said, "We are not budging on our number. It's 2.2 trillion or nothing." So she's taking a hard line for the Democratic Party, saying that this is the number and we're not willing to budge. But again, there's no details behind that number, right? It's just 2.2 trillion or nothing, but we don't know what's in the 2.2 trillion. Okay, now to switch sides, Representative Gary Connolly, a Democrat from Virginia, said closing a deal is not Mark Meadows' strong suit. His whole track record is blow it up. Now, this is from a Democrat who served on the Oversight Committee with Mark Meadows. Representative Connolly continued, "If you ask yourself, what's the difference between April and May, when we did reach big, broad, bipartisan consensus, and today?" He said the variable is Mark Meadows. So kind of interesting. I guess Mark Meadows was not involved in the original CARES Act when that was being put together. So according to Republicans, Nancy Pelosi is to blame. According to Democrats, Mark Meadows is to blame. Let me know in the comments, do you think it's any one person, or is it just a difference in values and priority between the two parties? I'm trying to stay on unbiased terms in my updates. According to Mark Meadows, the $1.3 trillion bill will be released this week, but the two parties have not come to an agreement at this point. According to Pelosi, it will be too small. The good news is the bigger these figures get, the more likely that there will be a stimulus check directly to the people. So we know from all of my research for my community last week that the $500 billion number simply is not big enough to include checks to the people. But a $1.3 trillion relief package, that does have enough room for a stimulus check directly to the people. But as of right now, we don't know what's in that. But continue to watch this week for updates, because they are saying that new higher $1.3 trillion deal will be revealed this week. Okay, now keep in mind that Democrats, Republicans, and President Trump are all on board with direct stimulus checks to the people, but they have not been discussed in about 2 weeks between either of the parties. So that is a little bit disheartening. But some good news is going to be coming out hopefully this week. Now, if you found this video helpful, will you do me a favor and give it a like? That way YouTube will share it with others. Last week you gave one of my videos 77,000 likes, and I really, really appreciate that. Okay, now this is big. This is big. Tomorrow, Secretary of Treasury Steven Mnuchin will be testifying before a congressional committee on the need for more stimulus. So they're going to be questioning him. Do we need more? Do we need less? What areas are struggling? What areas are succeeding? Now, I went back and did some research for my community. In the past, Steve Mnuchin has actually pushed for more stimulus checks direct to the people. So that's good. Good job, Mnuchin. He's also pressed for more PPP money to businesses that can actually prove that they need help, right? So no more of our taxpayer dollars going to large corporations and not to the people, right? So he's saying the people and PPP money to businesses that can prove that they've been hurt. So I'm hoping that he will testify of the same need, right? Because in my mind, things have gotten worse, right? Let me know in the comments, do you think things have gotten better or worse? I've just been covering this since March, and in my mind, I see some areas of the economy have gotten better, but many areas of the economy are devastated, right? There's 30 million people on the verge of being homeless. There's landlords that don't have money to cover mortgages. There's been no direct stimulus checks to the people since April and May. So again, let me know what you think in the comments. Is Steve Mnuchin going to testify for the need for more relief or less relief? I think it's going to be more, but let me know. Okay, Tesla stock is surging. Today, the company did what's called a stock split, and it took off. Apple stock also did a stock split, and it has gone up, but not as much. A stock split allows people to purchase more of a succeeding company at a smaller dollar amount. So just so that you guys know what's going on in the stock market. Sadly, Chadwick Boseman, the actor who played the hit movie Black Panther from the Marvel comic, has passed away from colon cancer. He was an actor that I really, really liked. There's few actors in Hollywood that I like, and I actually really liked him. So that was sad news, but just in case you didn't know, he did pass away from colon cancer. This is my news update for the day. As I know more, I will share more. I want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.